inside a HTML, if you want to incorporate JavaScript code, then script tag. This is the HTML file. I saved this file with a name as test1.html. The original file is a HTML. Inside this file, I'm keeping a JavaScript code. That JavaScript code can be incorporated inside a script body. Inside a script body, I'm using one of the built-in function, built-in function. Inside a script body, one of the JavaScript built-in function, JavaScript having thousands together built-in functions. JavaScript having thousands together built-in functions. Thousands together built-in functions. Lot more built-in functions available in the JavaScript. We need to know those things. I'm using alert. It is one of the built-in function. Now, open this HTML in the browser. Test1.html. I'm opening in the Google Chrome. We are getting an alert. Alert is producing one pop-up window. Alert is producing one pop-up window with a message whatever we supplied. We supplied hello to all. If you click OK, then only browser body will be displayed. See, in the HTML, this is the content. This content will be displaying after script tag execution. As soon as HTML loading into browser's memory, script tag content is executing. Script tag content executing whenever HTML loading into browser's memory. Whenever HTML loading into browser's memory, first script tag executing. Alert message. Through alert message, we provided one pop-up window with a hello to all. Any doubts on this? It's a first program, Hello World program. Remember, before displaying content in the browser body, script tag is executing. Whenever HTML loading into browser's memory, script tag is executing. Through script tag, you can do any kind of initialization. Whatever initialization you are doing in the script body, that is executing as soon as HTML loading into browser's memory. Anybody having any kind of difficulties from this first Hello World program? It's simple Hello World program, definitely nobody will have a doubt. The second one, I made script body with more statements. Again, let's mention like I'm in the main HTML. Inside a script body, there are multiple alerts. Every alert will be producing one pop-up window with a OK. Every alert will be producing one pop-up window with a OK. After clicking OK, then only it continues further. After clicking OK, then only it continues further. Multiple alert statements. Multiple alert built-in method. Alert is one of the built-in method. One of the built-in method. Alert is one of the built-in method. Alert is one of the built-in method. Open with the browser. You can see before displaying HTML content in the browser body, script tag is executing. In the script tag, one by one alerts. First alert to OK, then second alert to OK, third alert to OK. It is not executing till to the end straight away. It required a OK confirmation from us. Once we click OK, then only moving further. Observe this point. Once you click OK, then only moving further. The next point is, under JavaScript, you can specify string content under double quotes or under single quote. Under double quotation or under single quotation. Under double quotation or under single quotation. Under single quotation or under double quotation. Under single quotation or under double quotation. Under single quotation or under double quotation. Both are one and the same, but generally, please note down, JavaScript people preferring single quotation to enclose string content. The preference is single quotation. Please observe.
Sir, I have one question.
JavaScript developers providing a single quotation.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Let me finish off, man. Single quotation.
Okay, okay.
Please observe. Under double quotation you can go. Under single quotation you can go. But the most preferable way, most of the people following single quotation. Single quotation. Generally in any programming language. Please observe. There will be a char data type that will be enclosing under single quote. Char data type, single quote enclosing. But JavaScript doesn't have a separate char data type. So that is why we can go for single quotation or double quotation for the string only. Even for one character, you can supply under double quotation or under single quotation. Under double quotation or under single quotation, it can be one character or it can be multiple characters. Remember, there is no separate char data type in the JavaScript. There is no separate char data type in the JavaScript. This is a string literal. The next one is numeric literal. In the JavaScript, there is no much difference between int type and float type. Int type and float type, both are considering as a numeric. You can provide with or without a dot. There is no separate float and separate int. Both you can consider as a numeric type. Second type of literal is a numeric type. First one we have seen a string literal, second one numeric, the third one is Boolean. Like in other programming languages, Boolean, you can go for true or false. Only two Boolean literals available, true or false. You can use either of one. Only these three literals available in the JavaScript. So two things we understood from this program. What are the literals available? The second point, there is no char literal. The third point, how alerts are executing. After giving a first alert confirmation with OK, then only second alert executing. If you give a OK confirmation for the second alert, then only continuing remaining portion. So there are some people are asking the doubt. Who is that and what is the doubt?
It's me, sir. It's me, Utkarsh Mishra.
Yes. Tell you.
Sir, we can apply a triple double column in this.
See, that is different. That comes under ECMAScript. So don't go for that. So as of now, consider only double quotes and single quote. You will come to know a triple quotation
Okay.
later. Got it?
Okay. Okay, sir.
So
Sir.
please observe.
Yes, sir.
Double quotation and single quotation. Double quotation, single quotation. Try using in the JavaScript. Even backtick also allowed to use. You will be knowing more about this while covering TypeScript. It will be a TypeScript also will be covered while going through the basics of jQuery. So you don't require to worry. As of now, go through double quotation and single quotation. These are widely using in every programming language. In every programming language, we go double quotation and a single quotation. Try using double quotation or single quotation, but the most preferable way JavaScript developers are using single quotation for single character or multiple characters. Now, let me run one more time. If you refresh, come on guys. If you refresh, it will start right from the beginning. Everybody knows browser refreshing. So go for browser refresh. Just to go for first alert, click OK. Second alert, click OK. For every alert, OK confirmation is required. For every alert, OK confirmation is required. Then only it continues. Once the total script body execution got over, then only HTML content will be displaying in the browser body. Move to the third one. In case of JavaScript, you can develop a function. See, in the test2 and test1, straight away alert statements. In the test2 and test1, straight away alert statements. In the test2 and test1, straight away alert statements. Straight away alert statements. This will be default executable statements. Default executable statements. But test 3, function definition. This function definition will not be executing whenever HTML loading to the browser body. Whenever HTML loading into the browser's memory. Whenever HTML loading into the browser's memory. Whenever HTML loading into the browser's memory, functions will not be executing straight away. Always function required an event in any programming language. Function required an event to execute. Event to execute. This will not be executing without an event. We are calling this function in a particular event. You can call this as a listener. You can call this as an event and the listener. Button is a HTML element, on click event, JavaScript function. Whenever someone making a click event in this particular button, then listener will be executing. That listener is a test. Now test won't execute on its own. Required somebody to make a event. Come on. You can see HTML loaded into the browser's memory. No alert is coming. Function not executed. All the alerts are there inside a function. Now click on button. On click event. Test function execute. Click OK. Click OK. Click OK. Click OK. Click OK. You can see whenever you click on button, function executing. It is like executing something based on user input, executing something based on user action, 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 executing something. So this will be like a very widely using requirement. Observe this point, very widely we are using this requirement. So user may be giving some input. User may be making some events. Based on the event, executing something. This something executing based on the event. What is that event? Click event. Where that click event? Button element. HTML button element. Click event. Simple, guys. Anybody having any confusion?
May I ask?
Yes.
May I ask, sir?
Yes, please go.
Sir, in previous program, you have told that first is
Even though a script body loading into the browser's memory, these statements will not be executing by default. Why? Because these are not the default statements. These are encapsulated inside a test. These are incorporated inside a test. So someone has to call test. That is why whenever, please observe, whenever HTML loading into browser's memory, function is not calling. Function has to call while making an event. Which event? So we assigned on-click event as a function. For on-click event, we assigned a function. Whenever on-click event is executing, then only this function will execute. This is the HTML element button. If someone clicks on that, if someone clicks on this, listener will execute. The listener is a function over here. So this function is assigned to the click event of HTML button. This function is assigned to the click event of HTML button. Whenever somebody clicks on button, on click, event is triggered. Click OK, click OK, click OK, click OK, click on button. You can see. Click on button. Click OK, click OK, click OK, click OK. So whenever you are making a request, at that time only function is executed. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir.
Please concentrate every statement, Amma. Every statement definitely required. Definitely required. Please make it very sincere, 100% concentration in every sentence, whatever I'm telling. Move to the test 4. Form action. Form action. Come on, guys. A simple form development. This time HTML form. This is the element HTML form. Form action is nothing but a target to where this form should go. This form should go to the success.html. If you are not providing anything like a blank, or even if you are not providing action, then it will be submitting to the same page. Same page. Now, I'm providing a success.html. I'm providing a success.html. Success.html. Come on. I'm providing action as success.html. Action as success.html. Action as success.html. So then go for first name plus whatever in the black color displaying, it is called as a label. In the HTML terminology, it is called as a label. Label. We are giving a label as a first name for one of the HTML element. This HTML element is a text type. Input type is equal to text. It is used for receiving some text content from the customer. Whatever text content you are receiving from the customer, same text content can be referred through first name. Through first name. I repeat once again. There is one simple HTML element. It is for receiving a text content. Receiving a text content. Receiving a text content. Receiving a text content. How that content can be referred, how that content we can read, that content we can refer, that content we can read by using specified name. Name is a first name. So this element, it is a part of the form element. Inside a form body, this element is there. So first name is the element name. This is a part of the form. This form is a part of the document. This form is a part of the document. So you can treat like document is one of the built-in object. In the JavaScript, document is one of the built-in object. Document is one of the built-in object. Built-in object. Inside a document, first form. 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 Inside this form, this is the element. This is the element. To refer this element, you have to refer the first form. To refer the first form, you have to refer document built-in object. You can see here, document, one of the built-in object. First form. Forms also one of the built-in object. Forms also one of the built-in object, but it is an array. It is an array. The whole document array, zeroth index of array, zeroth index of an array, zeroth index of an array. Come on, that is first array. Sorry, first form. First form. Inside a document, first form. Inside that first form, first name. First name. To get its value, then length. Then length. Just 2 minutes, I'll come back. Guys, simple guys. Let a 10th standard student also should understand. This is one HTML element, starting and ending. The type of the HTML element is a form. This should have an address, like a target, that can be specified through action. You can mention either HTML or any REST API URL. You will come to know later. We will be mentioning REST API HTTP endpoint URL that you cannot understand now itself. That is why I am mentioning one another HTML file. So form with a target success.html. Success.html. Then inside a form, one element is there. This element type is a text. It is for receiving customer text. Customer can enter some text. That text we can read by using this name. This is a part of the form. Form is a part of the document. Document is one of the built-in object. Document is one of the built-in object that will be representing entire HTML document. Entire HTML document can be referred through document. A document can have n number of forms. Inside this document, any number of forms. All the forms can be represented through forms array. It is also one of the built-in object. Then, first form can be referred through zeroth index. Then first name, then value, then length. If it is a 0, if this is 0, come on. If it returns a true, then definitely first name is not filled. Nothing is entered. Nothing is entered. Whenever first name is not entered, try providing alert message and return false. Don't submit. Why? Because user committed a mistake of first name not entering. User committed a mistake of first name is not entered. First name is not entered. If block. Come on guys. If block. We are just checking one condition. If this condition is passing, Then nothing is entered in the first name. Try providing alert and return false. Don't submit. This is available in the function. This function won't execute by default. This function won't execute by default. This function is not executing by default. You have to call explicitly based on the event. You can assign this function to any event. Yes, I'm assigning to onClick again. Validate onClick is equal to return space validate. Return space validate. It is a type of element is submit. Whether submission should go or not. Whether submission should happen or not. For that purpose, you need to use return. If at all validate returns true, then submission will be success. If validate returns false, then it won't submit. By default, validate returns true. We are explicitly returning false if something is going wrong. If something is going wrong, then return false. If you are not returning anything, by default, it will be a true. If you are not returning anything, by default, it will be a true. OnClick is equal to return space. Return space, it can be a true or false. The default is a true. Whenever committed a mistake, then go into the if block, then alert, then return false. Return false. So false. If it is a false, it won't submit. It won't submit. A simple form validation with a one text field. With a one text field. The text field name is a first name. How this can be referred? It is a part of the form. How form can be referred? It is a part of the document. Document dot forms of 0 dot document dot forms of 0 dot validate. Document dot forms of 0 dot validate. Come on. Document dot forms of 0 dot validate. Document is built-in object. Forms of 0 dot first name dot value dot length. If it is 0, alert, then return false. If at all it is returning false, then it won't submit. If at all it is returning a true, the default return is a true. Come on. The default return is a true. If at all it returns a false. If at all it returns a false, then it won't submit. It won't submit. Please observe T4. Click on submit. See, by default function is not executing. Let us make a event. Click on submit button. First name is not entered. Click OK. First name is not entered. Click OK. First name is not entered. Click OK. Let me enter something. Submit. It's going to the success. Come back. Refresh. Submit. Click OK. Submit. Click OK. Submit. Click OK. If you want to enter something, then bring the cursor to here. Then focus the cursor. Then type. Click on submit. Come back. Refresh. Submit. Click OK. You need to bring the cursor explicitly. Select the text field. Submit. Come back. refresh, come back, refresh. I think you understood very well. This is the first initiation for the validation. Text field. This is the label. This is the button. But it is a type of submit. Submit button. If submit button receiving a false, it won't submit. If submit button receiving a true, it will be submitting. The default return value is a true. So please observe the total HTML document, all the forms, first to form, first to name, its value length. Come to the file. Please go through. Added one more field and modified validation procedure. First observe a form once again. Come on. Observe the form. Form is there with the address. Form is there with the address. Come on. That address is again success.html. Text field to receive the text from the customer. The text can be received through first name. For this text field, we are giving a label as a first name. Another text field to receive a text from the customer. This text we have to receive through different name. Last name, the label also. Submit button, on click is equal to, submit button, on click is equal to, return space, on click is equal to, on click is equal to, return space, function name, return space, function name of the function, any function name you can give. This function will be executing whenever you are clicking on submit button. Here two fields are there, both you need to validate. Two fields are there, both you need to validate. Come on, both we are trying to validate. So function name, any name, it is identifier. Yes, I'm choosing identifier. In the JavaScript, we had to use var. In order to declare a variable. I want to refer this form. Same form I will be referring to first name one time. Same form will be referring to last name one time. That is why I am referring a form through a separate variable. I am referring a form through a separate variable. I am referring a form through a separate variable. I am referring a form through separate variable. Var v1, a separate variable, v1 is equal to document.forms of 0. Document.forms of 0. Now, wherever I wanted document.forms of 0, I can keep referring v1. Use the v1 to refer document.forms of 0. Refer v1. See v1 dot first name, v1 dot first name, v1 dot last name, v1 dot last name. Come on, guys. So now, so I'm referring v1 dot first name dot value dot length if it is 0. Alert. Not only alert, before returning a false, we are also focusing Before returning a false, we are also focusing. Before returning a false, we are also focusing. Before returning a false, before returning a false, we are also focusing. This focus was not there earlier. We were bringing explicitly cursor to the text field. Now, V1 stands for document dot forms of 0. V1 dot first name, focus. V1 dot first name dot value dot length. Similarly, V1 dot last name dot value dot length. V1 dot last name. Last name also a part of the same form. Last name also a part of the same form. Last name also a part of the same form. Come on. Last name also a part of the same form. Same form. So here, first name and last name. If first name is failing, written false. If last name is failing, written false. But before false, even focus also there. Even focus also there. This function won't execute on its own. You have to make a on click. You have to make a on click. Validate my form. Validate my form. Try giving a call to T5. There are two fields now. Click on submit. Click on submit. Please enter first name. Click OK. Once you click OK, it's going back automatically focusing. Check it out, focus button. Focus also one of the built-in function. Focus also one of the built-in function. Focus also one of the built-in function. A, B, C. Focus also one of the built-in function. Click on submit. Click OK. Click OK. Come on, guys. While clicking OK, focusing back to last name. Straight away we can start entering. Focusing last name. Straight away we are entering. Click on submit. Click on submit. So it's simple, guys. JavaScript is very simple. Only logically you should understand something. Completely logic. Where is a keyword used for variable purpose? Where is a keyword used for variable purpose? Where is a keyword used for variable purpose? Variable. Where is a keyword used for variable purpose? You can declare a variable. Instead of repeating again and again document dot forms of 0, I'm assigning to V1, then keep using V1 wherever I required document dot forms of 0. We required for referring first name, even for last name. Even while referring focus for first name whenever failed, even focusing last name whenever failed. So where keyword we are using very extensively. Anybody confusion? Let's move to another one. So here, added two more same type of text fields. Added two more same type of text fields. Input type is equal to text, first name. Input type is equal to text, last name. Input type is equal to text, age. Then finally email. All are same type. Come on, guys. So totally four form controls. You can call like a text fields are controls. Form controls, form input fields, form controls, form input fields, form controls, form input fields. V1 is equal to document dot forms of 0. Document dot forms of 0. Come on. V1 dot first name. I'm introducing one more local variable which can be referred straight away V1 dot first name. Now, first name of this function is, come on. First name of this function is, first name of this function. First name is a local to this function. First name is a local to this function. It is a local variable. First name is a local variable. First name is a local variable in this function. First name is a local variable in this function. First name is a local variable in this function. First name is a local variable in this function. First name is a local variable in this function. First name is a local variable in this function. First name is a local variable in this function. What is this first name? V1 dot first name. What is V1? Document dot forms of 0. This first name I am referring through local first name of the function. Always advisable to use same notations. V1 dot first name assigning to first name. V1 dot first name is form first name. This first name is local first name of this function. If you know any programming language basics, you can easily understand local and global. This is a local first name. This is a first name inside a form. Form first name assigning the local first name. To avoid a confusion, advisable to go like this. Now first name means local first name. First name means local first name. Local first name, its value dot length. What is local first name? It is nothing but v1 dot first name. Instead of you calling v1 dot first name, you can call just first name. First name dot value dot length, alert, focus, return. Similarly, last name is equal to v1 dot last name dot value dot length, last name dot focus. Age is equal to v1 dot age dot value dot length, age dot focus. Email is equal to v1 dot email dot value dot length. It's very simple, very simple. Come on, guys. The procedure remains the same. Added 4 more fields. For every field, added one more new variable to maintain a code in the organized way. To maintain a code in the organized way. Come to the next one. There is another approach. Instead of alert, we can provide a message in the body itself. Alert messages outmoded, old-fashioned. Now, giving a message next to the text field is a trending. Something like nowadays all the applications are developing. Nowadays all the applications are developing. Next to text field providing. Next to text field providing. Type is equal to button. Value is equal to button. On click is equal to test. Type is equal to button. Value is equal to button. On click is equal to test. Remember, if it is a button, written should not be. If it is a submit, written should be. If it is a submit, then written should be. If it is a button, written should not be. If it is a button, written should not be. If it is a submit, then only button should be. Then only button should be. Input type is equal to button. Value is equal to button. On click is equal to test. One function, guys. This is the function. Only the new thing is HTML element is a div with a ID. HTML element with a unique ID D1. This D1 ID, D1 element, this D1 element can be referred through one of the built-in function in the document. Earlier we have seen document.forms of 0. Inside a document, we have seen forms of 0. Now inside a document, we are seeing getElementById. We are seeing getElementById. 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 See, the D1 is a ID. This total element can be referred through getElementById from the built-in document. Come on, guys. This totally is a built-in statement. No need of bothering. It's available already. We are using that one. We are knowing the procedure of usage. We are knowing the procedure of usage. Supply the ID. This will be representing div, whatever ID is there. Inner HTML represents body. Body is a hello. Come on. Inner HTML represents body of the specified HTML element. Inner HTML represents body. Inner HTML represents body inside a specified element. Element ID is a D1. Element ID is a D1. Come on. Get element by ID D1. Inner HTML. Let us assign to ABC. Inner HTML. Let us assign to ABC. Assigning inner HTML to the ABC. Inner HTML, ABC. Inner HTML, ABC, D1. So hello will be replacing with ABC whenever you are making a carded test. Inside a test, there is a element by ID, inner HTML, ABC. Come on. Document dot get element by ID of D1 dot inner HTML is equal to ABC. Document dot get element by ID of D1 dot inner HTML is equal to ABC. T7. Div button test. Only the new terminology get element by ID. Inner HTML means body. Inner HTML means body. Let's run this one. Seven. Guys, initial content of the div is hello. Initial content of the div is hello. Click on button. ABC. Click on button. ABC. Initial content is hello. Then that hello replacing to ABC. How? Document object having a one built-in method. Through this method, you can refer any HTML element by specifying its ID. Any HTML element by specifying its ID. Then body can be referred through inner HTML. Assign the new value. Now hello replacing ABC. Hello is replacing the ABC. Type is equal to button. Value button on test. Simple guys. This approach we will be using in the validations. This approach we will be using in the validations. In the eighth one, form you know already, label you know already, text field you know already. We are using a new span, like a div, there is a span. If you use a div here, automatically it produces a new line. I want to produce output in the same line. If I want to produce the output in the same line, then I require a span. Using a span, I'm using span with ID is equal to something, then empty as of now. For every field, try providing a span. For every field, try providing an empty span. After span only break. Only this is the new for you in the HTML form portion. In the HTML form portion, this is the new. In the HTML form portion, this is the new. In the HTML form portion, this is the new. HTML form portion, this is the new thing. Span ID, first name, span ID, last name, then span. Then, so you can see document.forms of 0. Then this form dot first name is a F1. F1 dot value dot length is 0. F1 dot value dot length is 0. F1 dot value dot length is 0. Then refer a element with ID first name. This is a span. You can check it out. Then modify its body content. Earlier that body content was empty. Now I'll be providing in the body like a first name is required. Then remaining portion is same. Instead of alert, this statement was earlier alert. This selected statement was alert earlier. Whatever statement I selected, it was alert earlier. It was alert earlier. Please observe. Instead of alert, refer a empty span first name, refer its body, mention the content. Remaining focus, remaining written false, refer the last name value dot length 0. If at all it is failed, don't use alert, refer another empty span and mention last name is required. Guys, there is one ID first name, one ID last name. Check it out. Span ID first name, span ID last name. 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 Come on. First name and last name. This approach is more recommended approach. You won't get alert. We are not using alert. What we are using? Document.getElementById. Refer the empty span, fill the validation error. Refer the empty span, fill the validation error. Let us run, let us check it out. More advisable way. Click on submit. You can see. Not alert. Is something, click on submit. Not alert. This is the best one. So please observe, this portion is one span division, span element. Earlier this span was empty. Now this span is filled with inner HTML. Span is filled with inner HTML. So span got filled with inner HTML. Now let me remove this. Submit. This span should become empty now. Come on. The span should become empty. But it is not becoming empty. Realistic way it is not there. Come on guys. Now you can see. This span should become empty now. We filled the form. Sorry, first name. But still this span is not empty. Cut. Paste. Now the span should be empty. There is a small change required. Same change we can do in the next example. I didn't do any changes. I did not do any changes in the form. Form remains the same. Form remains the same. No change in the form. No change in the form. Form remains the same. There are two empty spans available. There are two empty spans available. Validate this form. Validate this form. Come on, guys. So first name as usual. Now I'm referring a span through one variable. I'm referring a span document.getElementById. Document.getElementById. Referring a span through a particular var. Referring a span through a particular var. Now, if at all it is not validated, I'm assigning inner HTML. I'm also assigning color as a red. We already referred empty first name span. We already referred empty first name span. We already referred empty first name span. Empty first name span. Then same we are referring, assigning a color as a red. Same we are referring, assigning a body content through inner HTML. These two lines are changing. Earlier, initially it was alert. Later, it was only one statement. Now I kept it two statements. I am referring to span separately. And also, whenever value.length is not a 0, then same inner HTML should be a blank. You need to remove. Come on, guys. If length not a 0, validation will be success. If length not a 0, validation will be success. If length not a 0, validation will be success. If length not a 0, validation success. If length not a 0, validation success. If length is not a 0, validation success. So color inner HTML false. If not a 0, then go to the else. Not a 0, go to the else, remove the span content. It's very easy to understand. Iteration by iteration, like a small changes I'm adding. This is empty span. Again, empty span. Empty span. The span you can refer. Yes, we are referring. Come on. If at all validation failed, empty span is populating with the inner HTML, making a style color. For particular element, you can choose a style. For that style, you can assign a color, you can assign a font family, you can assign a font size, lot more things you can be done. If at all length not a 0, yes. If at all length is 0, red, something. If at all length not a 0, remove age also. It's a more realistic way. Come to the 9 to 1. You can't submit. You can see red color message. You can't submit. First one is removed. Click on submit. First name, last name both validated. No error messages. Age. Submit. This is success. Come on, guys. This is success.html. It's a straightforward. Definitely everybody can understand. It's only like a if-else blocks, guys. So only the new terminology, form, elements, element name, then element ID, maybe away, you may not be aware of on click with a return if it is a submit. Then inside a JavaScript function, keep using built-in. Guys, without a built-in, there will be no programming language. Every programming language contains thousands together built-ins. Without a built-ins, you cannot understand any programming language. Document is a built-in, forms of zero also built-in. Inside a document, getElementById also built-in. Then style, color, inner HTML, focus, all are built-in. We are just going through the process to see the first name, value, length, first name, style, color, first name, inner HTML, F name, dot focus, first name, error, dot inner HTML, last name, color. So all these are straightforward, repeated code. You can easily understand. Now, let us see another one. Here, added almost all commonly used members. We know text, input type is equal text, input type is equal to text. Three fields are there, input type is equal text. Three fields are there with input type is equal text. Three fields are there with input type is equal text. Input type is equal text, three fields. Input type is equal text, three fields. Then text area, radio, checkbox,
Sir, I have a one question, sir.
drop down. So three
Uh,
fields we have keep. Yeah,
sir,
please
sir,
tell
excuse
me.
me, sir. Sir, please add a date in form, sir. A
Yeah,
date,
you can do
date,
experiment, man.
sir, like,
You can do
yes,
like
sir.
it. What is the problem?
How to?
Do some kind of research, man. You are an employee. First, understand the content.
Yes, sir.
So first
Okay, okay.
name, last name, and age. We are giving a type is equal to text. We are giving a type is equal to text. You know already how we can validate the text. We know already how we can validate the text. Now, same way text area, same way text area. But the gender, that is radio. checkbox, those are a little different. So what is the difference that I will show? Please observe first name, last name, age. I am not at all covering anything. It's exactly same. Even address also same. Come on, text area. You can check it out. First name, last name, age, text area, first name, last name, age, that is text field. Text field and text area, same procedure, guys. There is no change. Why? Because single text field with the first name, single text field with the last name, single text field with age, single text area with address, single text area with address, single first name, single last name, single age, single text area with address. Come to the radio. There are two radio buttons with the same name. There are two radio buttons with the same name. If you refer gender, you'll get both the genders. Come on. If you refer gender, you'll get both the genders. There are two genders. Both are having same name as a gender. Both are having same name as a gender. Both are having same name as a gender. Same name as a gender. Then checkbox also. Three checkboxes are there with the same name. Three checkboxes are there with the same name. Three checkboxes are there with the same name. Three checkboxes with the same name. If you refer skill, you will be getting three checkboxes, three skills. If you refer a gender, you will be getting two genders. Two genders as one array. Three skills as one array. So gender and skill, gender 2 are there, you'll get one array. Skill 3 are there, you'll get one array. Let us see how gender is validated. V1 dot gender, V1 dot gender, V1 dot gender. Come on, V1 dot gender, V1 dot gender. We are getting one gender array, two genders. V1 dot gender, two genders are there, two genders are there, two genders are there. This will be an array, this will be an array. Iterate that array through a for loop. Check it out one by one, whether at least male gender is checked or not, female gender is checked or not, male gender is checked or not, female gender is checked or not, male gender, female gender, male gender, female gender, male gender checked or not, female gender checked or not. Come on, guys. Gender is equal to V1 dot gender. V1 dot gender, two genders are there, it is an array. In JavaScript, array also representing through var. In JavaScript, array also representing through var. So iterate that array through a for loop. I value 0, I value 1, whether 0 checked or not, whether 1 is checked or not, 0 checked or not, 1 is checked or not. Flag is equal to true, then break. If at all any 1 is checked, flag will become a true. If nothing is checked, flag will be remains false. If no gender is checked, flag will be remains false. If no gender is checked, flag will be remains false. This is the flag. This is the flag. If flag is a false, because of not. If flag is a false, because of not. If flag is a false, because of not. Control will go inside. Control will go inside, specifying the color, body, and focusing first gender. There are two genders are there. Gender of 0 represents first gender. First gender. Very similar to these skills also. Remember V1 dot skill. You'll get a skill array. V1 dot skill. 3 skills are there. Skill array. Skill array. 3 skills. 3 skills. 3 skills. 3 skills. Come on. All 3 skills. All 3 skills. Skill array, all 3 skills, all 3 skills. Again run a for loop, again run a for loop. Come on, running a for loop. Again running a for loop. Again running a for loop. All 3 skills referring one by one by one. All 3 skills referring one by one. If any one skill is checked, flag will become a true. If any one skill is checked, flag will become a true. If at all no skill is checked, then flag will be false. Not false means true. Not false means true. Not false means true. Come on, guys. If it is a true, going inside and giving alert message, selecting, focusing first skill, focusing first skill. So gender and radio, sorry, radio and checkbox. Radio and checkbox, both are using same way. Multiple radios are there, multiple checkboxes are there. Multiple radios are there, multiple checkboxes are there. Come to the last one, education. You can see education. Multiple options are there. Multiple options are there. Multiple options are there. Multiple options are there. I mentioned the first option is a blank. First option is a blank. I'll be checking a blank option.
Sir,
Yes. Yes, please go ahead.
sir, if I want to select two skills, then what will be the condition, sir?
Two skills you can. See, we are looking for minimum one skill. If you wanted minimum two, then incorporate one variable and check it out how one got checked.
Sir, my doubt, sir, if I want to select two skills, then the condition will be if skill of I dot checked and போட்டுக்கீங்க sir equal to 2.
Yes. See, 2 times if block has to execute. Don't go for break. Increment one counter. Check it out whether that counter is a 2 or not after for loop. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So don't keep the break. Let it continue. Let it continue. These are all very basic, Madam Ji. So here you can keep one counter. Counter will be 0 initially. Let me go for counter plus. So 2 times counter has to execute. Minimum 2 times. You can check not flag and also even flag is not required. Check it out, counter is 2 or not. If counter is equal to 2, not 2, not equal to 2. If counter not a 2, then 2 are not selected. Yes, sir.
Sir, less than or equal to 2 commands.
No, your question minimum 2, right?
The minimum 2, maximum. So the condition will be less than or equal to 2. Am I right, sir?
Yes, less than 2. If less than 2, then it will be looking for always minimum 2.
Okay, sir.
See, this type of things you don't ask, madam. These are like your brain knowledge. We are here to teach the subject, not the logics. You have to experiment again and again. You need to experiment all these things. They see any even 10th standard student also can implement this. Why are you raising query? So please observe, if value is equal to blank, education value is equal to blank, then you have to give an alert. If someone selected BE, then value will be BE. If someone selected ME, value will be ME, not a blank. If someone selected MCA, then value will be MCA. So if at all you didn't select anything, then please select will be, the value will be blank. Value will be blank. Value will be blank. Now I'm checking whether value is a blank or not. If value is a blank, length will be 0. If value is a blank, then length will be 0. If value is a blank, then length will be 0. Length will be 0. Come on, guys. If length is 0, try providing a length. Try providing. So these are the concepts covered. Everybody try developing this. Let me run this last program. You can see first one failed, then flow terminated there itself. Second one failed, flow terminated there itself. Third one failed, flow terminated there itself. Again, selected gender, just to go for space bar. Focused gender will be checking. Click on submit. Again go for space bar. Click on submit. Go for down arrow. Click on submit. Iteration by iteration we are validating. I told you in the last class to enhance the same. Whenever I am submitting, all should be validated at once. I should get the error message wherever I committed a mistake. Wherever I committed a mistake, I should get error message. Please check it out. Try enhancing. I'll give one more day. By Monday, everybody should show this assignment. Whenever I submit, I had to get validation failed messages in all the places. And whichever is first validation error, that should be focused. Focused should be first one. Focused should be first one. But all failed ones should be shown. All failed one should show. Please take it very serious. You are going to work in the companies. There will be no additional trainings. Don't think like I'm a fresher. I'll be getting a training once I join in any of the company. Please observe, this is the company training. You need to experiment all the things. You need to experiment everything. Please remember, practice should be very proper. Practice should be very, very proper. Each and everything should be practiced. Several times I explained, and try developing this assignment. Everybody should develop this assignment without fail. This is all about today. We'll continue same on Monday. Monday there will be a test in the JavaScript, HTML and SFCC. The test time and schedule I will be updating in the Facebook group. Whatever broadcast group I sent in the morning, same way you will be getting. Please observe. 3 exams will be. One is HTML. Everybody knows the content of the HTML. Go to the w3schools.com. In the w3schools.com, fill to HTML list. Under w3schools.com, including all the lists, unordered, ordered, other, unordered, ordered, others, till to others. This is the HTML content. Then JavaScript, whatever is covered, and SFCC, whatever is covered. Whatever covered by Abbas in the SFCC, please go through all the concepts. Test timing, I'll update you. Test timing, I will update you in the Facebook group. Please observe.